I get it. We've all been there. You're on a losing streak as a trader and you don't know how you're going to get out of it or if you even can. You're wondering if you can trade. You're wondering if you're even a good trader and you're retesting everything. You're looking for a new strategy and a mentor. Stop. Cut it out. Let me tell you what you need to do. You need to take a break. A lot of people, I don't hear talking about this enough. When I was on a losing streak after doing really, really well trading in my live account, I had maybe a back to back loss of maybe 10 to 11 trades. They were all within proper risk management, but it was so discouraging. I mean, like, there was no, like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it was so discouraging to experience what I was experiencing, feeling like I knew what I was doing, but still thinking about losing the trade or how much money I would lose if the trade had stop loss. Just a never ending cycle and loop that I wouldn't wish on anybody. So, what you need to do is take a break. You can start with a demo break first. That's what I do after a shitty week, or I go to my demo account to trade for the next week. If that goes okay or it goes well enough, then I'll go back to my live account. If the second time I go back to my live account after demo trading, I take a break completely. I probably won't even mark up a chart, truthfully. And the second thing that really, really helped me, other than taking a break, was back testing. What may be getting in the way, especially keeping you into this psychological loop of losing trades back to back, is the fact that you are all over the place when you're marking up your chart and you start to kind of blend and bleed over other things that you've learned in the past, and it does get in the way of trading and the decisions you make when you're entering into the market. So I would recommend that you start backtesting. Backtesting helped me almost immediately. I'm not even joking. After the amount of time that it took me being away from the charts, I missed it so bad. And I was like, "Ugh, I just want to trade, but I don't want to enter into a trade." You know what I mean? I just want to mark up a chart and see what happens. So I invested that money to backtest, started backtesting on TradingView, and I was noticing the patterns that I had and the questions that I would ask myself that I stopped asking myself because I was in such a psychological, suppressed, low vibration. I was in such a low frequency that I wasn't even like asking the questions that I should be asking and just taking things at face value. I was worried about Bitcoin crashing again. I was worried about losing more money and just all the things that every trader is scared of, and it can happen to anybody. It happens to everybody. It's just about how you get up and how you get out of that loop. Backtesting really reminded me that, okay, you know what, I do know how to trade, and it's just a psychological thing that's happening right now. As long as you're using proper risk management and you are protecting your capital and journaling, you'll be able to find and catch these things a lot sooner than later. I talk about journaling all the time. I do enjoy journaling, but journaling, it can feel kind of tiring to journal all the time. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to even sit here and lie. But journaling does help. You could be doing all the right things, but it's just not, you're just not in the right headspace. So it's just not the right time. And that might be very hard for a lot of traders to understand because you're thinking to yourself, oh, I'm stupid, or I don't know what I'm doing, or what's wrong with me. You're overwhelmed. Sometimes we try and trade and we're stressed out. And we try and trade and we're in the middle of life. And trading is meant to be a passive, chill, boring way of income, stream of income, I should say. So just keep that in mind, you guys. Um, Getting out of a losing streak, I mean, it's mental, but how you actually step out of it is giving yourself that breather, and then slowly working your way back in. But as you're slowly working your way back in, start back testing. I'm telling you, especially if you're not back testing, start back testing, or consider changing some things up. If you don't trade just one currency, consider trading just one currency so you can maximize on that one pair. That could be an issue too. Um I remember when I started back testing, I realized that I was drawing my Fibonacci tool too early. So I stopped doing that. And I had moments where sometimes I would use the stochastic RSI and sometimes I wouldn't. I don't use the stochastic RSI anymore because what made my strategy is that it worked for me. It works for me. And sometimes as traders, we try and make everything that everyone else is doing that seems to be having results and seems to be having good days. We try and do what they're doing to get the results they have, not respecting the results that we get. Does that make sense? So make sure you do that and celebrate your wins. When you follow the plan, when you execute, when you properly manage the trade, celebrate that. You celebrate those wins as you take those steps to get out of that losing streak. That will change the game for you. I'm not even joking. Being in a losing streak is tough. It's tough. I literally just got out of mine. Um, but trading out of frustration, trading out of anger, trading out of fatigue, trading out of sadness, it is not going to fix the problem. I promise you, it's not. It's not gonna make you more money. And even if you do make more money from over leveraging, you're just gonna lose it again. You're just gonna lose it again. So you're better off identifying what it is that's not working through back testing and giving yourself that time to get back into your schedule. Stick to the time that you usually trade. Don't trade at a different time. What works for you, but you know what's not working. You know that when you get on the charts, you feel overwhelmed because you're not understanding what the overall direction is. Check out the channel so you can master technical analysis. Start trading the same way that I started trading and just look over because you never know what you might see, what you might hear, what you might learn. Okay. So, with that being said, thank you guys so much for your time. I wish you all happy trading, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.